Money making machines, serving fiends. I've been in the game for 10 years, making rap tunes. Everything honey was real and sad. Now it's 95 and they clock me, watch me diamond shining, looking like I'm Liberace. It's all good.
Cam Grogan, and we're out here protesting due to the fact that AT&T is not paying us fair wages. They're increasing our healthcare costs, outsourcing our jobs, and just keep going further and further out. It's not fair. It's not right. Randall Stevenson, he made $28.4 million last year as a pay increase, and we don't even get anything. It's not fair. We're protesting that. So.
How are you able to survive on the wages you make? How much do you make?
I make right now only $17 an hour. Barely anything. I can barely survive. I get hardly anything to pay my rent. My whole check goes to my rent. My whole check comes to coming out here to just to come to work. So it's very, very tough. It's very hard paying for transportation, food, living, just trying to survive. It's very difficult. He's living in a mansion with maids, and I can barely get to work.
Having a family, having a life, I mean, what can you in this?
Not really. You spend your time here working all day, all night. You spend 8+ hours here all the time, and they want you to work harder and harder, sell more and more things, and I'm not getting paid for it. I have a stress in the work environment. I'm trying to sell everything under the sun, but I'm not getting paid for it.
And this CEO is making $17,000 an hour. I mean, what does that say about this company in this country?
It's messed up. It's truly messed up. It's like, come on, we're holding this company down with our backs, with our bare hands. This is us right here. I work right here, and we're not getting what we should get for it. We've worked too hard. I've been with the company for almost 7 years. Come on, man. It's not right.
What should people do to support you? What should people do to support you?
You know, they try. I will say that they try, but it's hard. It's hard, and I understand. Like our management team, they're stuck in the middle of it all. I get it. I totally get it. But come on, the higher ups, they know better. They're driving around in BMWs and Bentleys and have maids. Come on, my little Honda is not gonna survive. You got the big bucks. Put it down somewhere it matters. Put it down to the people that's giving you those raises, that's allowing you to drive all that. We're the reason why you can afford buying DirecTV, buying Time Warner, buying all these things. We're the reason for that. So put your money where your mouth is, and we're right here.
Hi, I'm Rodney Blanchard. I'm a union steward, 9410, CWA 9410. We just out here representing, been with the company almost 19 years, cable splicer. And, you know, it's just not fair. This company's making not millions, but multiple billions of dollars. They don't want to give us a fair contract. They don't want to pay for benefits. They want us to get more in the benefits. They don't want to pay for our 401k or help us out. They want to charge. They want to give us more work and more responsibility and pay less. Do you know in San Francisco that you are considered low income if you don't make over 6 digits, over $100,000? You know you're considered low income in San Francisco, and they're trying to cut. And then you got Donald Trump, who wants to give them a tax reform and cut their taxes so that they'll bring back jobs, but they won't even take care of the people that are under them right now. It's a shame, and we got to do something about this corporate greed, and that's why I'm out here. I've lost money, I've lost time, but for the long run, it's for my family.
I'm Darby. I'm a member of the Democratic Socialists of America, and I'm out here in solidarity with the CWA.
Why is this strike important to you and other people?
It's important because if AT&T goes after one person, it's an attack on all workers. If they go for them now, they're going to come for me later.
Roland Anderson, I'm Vice President CWA Local 9410, and we're on a 3-day strike against AT&T on our wireless and wireline side. We have 40,000 people out in 36 states, and we're trying to bargain for a fair contract from AT&T. AT&T is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that reaps in about $1 billion a month in profits, and we feel as though we've helped to make this company successful, and they need to share in those profits with us.
They're outsourcing a lot of work. They say they can't afford your health care. They want a cost shift. Why are they taking such a hard line against the union?
I believe it's corporate greed. To sum it up, it's basically just corporate greed. They've offshored about 12,000 jobs, but yet their top officers are raking in over $100 million a year in salary from the CEO on down. I believe he made $23 million last year. You've got to treat the people who help make this company successful. But yeah, to your point, they did offshore. They're trying to cut back any which way they can. So healthcare costs keep going up, and we've assumed our fair share, what we believe of that, and they want us to even share more in that cost.
I'm Maisha. I'm a SSR at the One Powell store. I've been with AT&T for about 6 years in July.
What are the issues for you in this strike that you're having at AT&T?
Fair pay and health care. As you saw, I have a 2-year-old daughter, so it's important that we have proper health care and pay, because in the Bay Area, it's been told that the low income is now 6 figures, which is very ridiculous.
And what are the average wages for a mobility worker?
About $16 an hour.
How do you survive on that?
Paycheck to paycheck, a prayer and a hope.
You think they can afford a decent wage?
Yes, they could afford it. We're buying up all these other companies. We can afford to give our employees decent pay.
The executives are making millions, $23 million, $17,000 an hour. How do they live with that when the workers such as yourself are barely surviving?
I mean, the only way to live with that is if you truly don't care. They must not care.
And how long are you prepared to strike if this doesn't work?
I mean, honestly, as long as we need to go, because we have to stand up and fight for what we think is right.
And your health care costs for your family, your children, how is that affecting you?
Well, they're trying to raise it up really high with the cost of living out here and higher health care. I can see people choosing not to get health care at all, which is the even bigger problem.
So the future for workers in this country, it seems like while these companies are making billions, the workers are suffering. What's the future for working people in this country?
It's looking very bad. Looking like a lot of us are going to end up homeless out here.
You're fighting for survival.
Exactly. We are fighting for survival, for good health care, which we shouldn't be doing this out here in the U.S. at all.
Yeah, I'm Hugo Moreno out of AT&T One Powell, San Francisco.
And what are the issues that brought you out here today in San Francisco? We're here at the One Powell AT&T Mobility Store in San Francisco. Beautiful day today.
We're just fighting for higher wages and better benefits for all of my brothers and sisters out here.
Why isn't AT&T able to offer you what you need?
Because they're greedy, it's plain and simple. They got the money, they flew out all these managers from different places, so obviously money isn't an issue. But when it comes to paying the people on the front lines, they have a big problem about it.
How long have you worked for AT&T?
3 years now.
What do you think about it?
It's a good job, and it's always had job security and good pay, but now they're just being greedy.
My name is Mike Francois. I'm an OPT, which is an outside plant technician for AT&T. I started off with Pacific Bell, and then I went on to AT&T.
And you're out here today. I saw you with the band over here,
Yeah.
making some heat. What's going on and what the issues are for you?
The issues are AT&T. If AT&T is at the top of the stock market, I think the only one higher than them is either Facebook or Apple. They have the money, but it's just corporate greed, and people have accepted corporate greed since the housing market fell about a few years back, and everybody started laying off people and cutting back. AT&T just jumped on the bandwagon. They didn't have to; they just did because the other companies were doing it. I give you an example how easy they make money. Dial tone is about $19, $20 a month alone. Now, fax machines are still in use. They only need dial tone. If they got 1 million fax machines, that's $20 million a month, free and clear. A fax just for dial tone. Then if it's half of that, a 500,000 fax machine, That is $10 million a month, free money. And a lot of people like this company. A lot of us like it. We work hard for this company. And one incident happened a few years ago. A guy stayed over. He helped the customer out, and he got the customer up and running. He was congratulated. But yet, we got a bulletin that same week saying anybody who stays over without permission, no matter what the reason is for, they will be disciplined. I don't know which way the company's going sometimes. You know, the bean counters up there, they nick and pick at stuff they shouldn't. They make it hard for the workers. They don't want to insure our kids. They gave us a raise, but they took it away when I went to the dentist. My dentist costs have gone up, but they gave me a whole $1.35 raise. Wow, they took it with one dentist visit. It was gone. There's enough money to go around. The reason why AT&T went to DirecTV, because it doesn't cost them anything, really. The maintenance cost is on the satellite, and that's it, just a connection down there, a wireless connection. You see how easy that works for them? And they don't, SBC, from what I understand, owns Pacific Bell, but AT&T, from what I understand, is the finger pointer. They take all the heat. Those boys are from Texas. And they bought this after the war, after they made all their money on oil. And they bought communication companies, and believe it or not, they bought cemeteries, Checkwacoma. They're owned out of Texas. Those boys bought communication companies and cemeteries. And the only thing they want to do is take and take and take. But they want the same quality, but they want to take and take and take. You know, what was really sad, I want to tell you, we had a rainy season, and we had people that needed help. I called into the queue, which we call it, and say, I found a customer who walked up to me, his phone just went out. He needs help. They say, we don't take calls on Sunday. Now, what am I supposed to do? I'm standing up there looking at it. We don't take calls on Sunday. Tell him to call in. Well, his phone doesn't work. He needs help. You know, and those are just some of the things.